Hello, so welcome to this week's meditation atelier. So today we're going to be doing a sitting practice. So I just wanted to check in as we're kind of on week 3 of the series, to just be mindful of posture and that there are different positions that you can be using. So the idea is to have a self-supporting spine. We spend a lot of days in chairs, kind of slumped. If you use a phone a lot, we're often like this. So the idea is that we are trying to build some strength, a bit more strength in our back, and have a self-supporting spine. This isn't necessarily comfortable for the body and takes some time to get used to. So it can be helpful to be on a stool if you have something that you can sit on. This is a step ladder. This is ideal because it's self-supporting. You can't lean into it and slump. Other options are a meditation stool, which is my personal preference. It's on a slight tilt, so it naturally forces you into and your spine's natural alignment. And then another alternative is bolsters or cushions, or you can get piles of books. Again, so depending on how stuffed your cushions are, you can get a pile of books or yoga blocks. The idea is that your knees are higher than your hips. This supports your spine and your body. It's a dignified posture for the body, and it allows your ribs to breathe, to get some air into your body, rather than this kind of slumped, hunched position that we often kind of by the end of the day sort of find ourselves in. So finding any props that you need, we're going to begin. So for a sitting position, and of course you can do this lying down if you're not in the space to be sitting. I'm going to light a candle and put it to the side. For those of you who want to keep your eyes open and don't want to stare at my face, you can have a look at this candle, this magical candle. It's got LED lights in as well, very fancy. You're taking a moment to arrive and to take your seat. Just taking a moment to settle into your body, taking that you've got everything that you need to be comfortable and warm. Knowing that sitting in this way isn't as natural as it used to be for our bodies. So some discomfort is normal. However, we'll talk through how to support yourself. So bringing yourself to stillness. Having a sense of arriving. Acknowledging that you've taken the time out of your day to be here. And an invitation to take an internal weather report of your body, how you're feeling, what thoughts are here, what emotions. And then dropping into the felt sensation of them within your body. Where are they? Do they have a shape, a colour, a texture, a movement, maybe even a sound or a taste? Exploring your sensory experience of what you're noticing. That there's no right or wrong way of doing these practices. We're learning to listen to our bodies, learn its language and pay attention. Just taking a little space away from our busy, judging, analysing minds and dropping into the felt sensation of our bodies. How are you? What exactly are the sensations and where are they? Now an invitation to move your attention, narrowing it to the breath. Again, following my instructions only if they feel right for you. If the breath isn't somewhere that you want to settle today, finding a neutral point within the body that you can simply observe the sensations. Crown of your head, the space between your eyebrows, your left hand. Sort of standing from the sidelines, observing the breath from a neutral part of the body. If you are comfortable with the breath, finding a point within it that's most vivid for you today. Could be the in-breath as a whole, could be the sensation of the in-breath and out-breath at the nostrils. Could be the rise and fall of your rib cage as you breathe in and out. An invitation to be curious and interested in your breath. And now I invite you to bring your attention to your in-breath, if you aren't here already. And you can count that in-breath from 1 up to 10, and then returning to 1. Anytime your mind wanders, will you reach 10? Being mindful if you compete with yourself on this one. If you feel a sense of accomplishment having reached 10. Dropping into the felt sensation of your responses to yourself. There is no prize. The key to the mindfulness practice is the noticing when our mind has wandered. This is when the neural pathways get developed. Each time your mind has wandered, you return it back to the breath or to that neutral point, and counting if that feels right for you. Now an invitation to turn your attention towards your out breath. What can you notice with your out breath? And then counting from 1 to 10, going as far as you can. The average is 3 before the mind wanders, apparently. Again, perhaps noticing what reactions you have to that, where exactly those sensations are in your body, being interested in you. When we sit quietly in stillness with ourselves and our breath, we get to be impartial witnesses to ourselves, our reactions, our habits. Being interested and curious. And simply noticing and returning your attention back to the breath and the out breath and counting if that feels right for you. Now an invitation to bring your attention to the pauses in between the in-breath and the out-breath. Now moving your attention to the breath as a whole. The in-breath, the pause, the out-breath, the pause. And counting again, if that feels right for you, it's helpful. Now letting go of paying attention to anything in particular within the breath and expanding your awareness from your breath to include all of your body. Your breath in your body. And an invitation to scan from your head, your arms, the trunk area, your left leg and your right leg. And explore. Shine the spotlight of attention around your body and notice what's here and pay attention, exploring the quiet areas of your body as well as the bits that stand out, perhaps the unpleasant sensations or the pleasant sensations. An invitation to spend some time with the more neutral, the quieter parts of our body. Maybe there are parts of your body that quiet that usually aren't. Bringing that childlike curiosity and interest. And each time your mind wanders, getting lost in stories, knowing that you've got that anchor to return to at any moment. Knowing that this is the key to the learning, that noticing. If there are any sensations that are particularly standing out for you, knowing that you've got a few options of how to explore these and be with them. Firstly, you can move. You can weave the movements into the practice and make them a part of the meditation, that they don't need to be separate. In the way that we practice within the movement meditation, of noticing each step, the before, the during, and the after effects. That your body knows what to do. You can adjust. And then resting in the felt sensation of having made those movements. Perhaps the relief, perhaps the disappointment, the sensation continues. And as best you can, moving from the story and dropping into the direct and felt experience of having made those movements or making those movements. Remembering that you can't get this wrong. In the same way that there's not a right way of doing this. We're simply settling into our bodies, dropping into stillness. Listening, paying attention. These bodies that house who we are. And on the whole, quietly get on with it with little complaint. Going fairly unnoticed until they cause us discomfort or pleasure. Another option of being with the sensations is to breathe around them. Direct your breath, a soft or a hard breath. In the same way we explored within the body scan. Directing the breath can give a sense of spaciousness. Breathing around or into the sensation. Being playful. And then there's also the option of exploring the sensations as they are, Again, don't need to go right into the center. You can explore the edges where the sensation ends. Is it all over your body, or is there a point where you no longer notice it? Does it move? Does it throb? Does it tingle? Is it an itch that you want to scratch? And then returning your attention back to the breath in the body as a whole at any moment. Knowing that you've got those 3 options to support you within the practice. You can move, you can breathe into or around the sensation. You can explore the sensation, observing its textures, colours, shapes, temperatures. And exploring our experiences in this way gives us a different way of relating to our experiences as we drop from the thinking and analysing mind, the criticising, the judging, drop into the felt sensations, exploring them as they are without the story. Got the rest of the day to get into that. In this moment, we're practicing paying mindful attention to our experiences, a very deliberate and specific way of being with ourselves. And from the breath in the body, I now invite you to bring your attention to your experience of sounds as sounds. Not particularly searching for sounds, but allowing them to arrive. What is your felt and direct experience of sounds? Noticing how the mind quickly finds a label and a story, maybe even a picture. That it labels some sounds attractive and others repugnant, and others neutral. Being an impartial witness to yourself. And each time your mind wanders into the story, bringing yourself back to your direct and felt experience of sounds as sounds. Where do you feel them in your body? The sounds from my space coming into your space. The space you're in. the sounds from outside of that space. Perhaps noticing how some sounds arrive and pass by. Others are perhaps a constant. Do you notice sounds at the front of your body more than the back of your body, or the sides? Or perhaps they're just in one part, maybe your head, your face. And now an invitation to move your attention away from sounds. Move it to your experience of your thoughts. Your thoughts, as felt experiences within the body. This can be like watching a television screen. Or standing behind a waterfall. Or watching a stream or a river. Some thoughts arrive and float by quite quickly. Others get stuck. Log or a stick. Stay there a bit longer. Finding an analogy that works for you as you observe your experience within your body of thoughts as thoughts, as best you can, bringing your attention to your direct and felt experience. Each time you notice you get lost in the story, you say to yourself that you can attend to that later and return your attention to your direct experience of the thoughts. And congratulate yourself for noticing and bringing yourself back. Checking in with your posture, with your breath. And knowing that you've got those options in the same way that you did within the sensations of your body. If thoughts are particularly intoxicating, that you can move yourself to another thought. That you can bring your direct experience to the sensations within your body and notice. You can explore the sensations and textures and colors and shapes. You don't need to change the thought, that you can simply bring your attention to your body. This is as much a part of the experience as the mental event. And then you can breathe into the sensations. You can breathe around them or into them, bringing that playful and childlike curiosity to yourself. Your thoughts are simply thoughts. They're not facts. You are not your thoughts. There are thousands of reasons why our mind works in the way that it does. And we're simply observing this. Dropping into the felt sensations within our bodies. It's learning to relate to our experiences in a different way, just for this time. To give yourself a break from working things out and dropping into your body. Allowing your body to be as it is and to simply notice. As we observe our thoughts as thoughts. And now returning your attention to your breath, narrowing your focus to your breath. Simply breathing in and breathing out. Just noticing the pauses. And then expanding your awareness from the breath to include all of your body. Noticing the contact that you're making with the earth, the air against your skin, the fabric of the clothes you're wearing, the space that you're taking up. Where do you begin and end? Poem called January the 21st by Yanis Ritsos, a Greek poet. A cessation. You're not searching. How nice it is tonight. Two birds fell asleep in your pockets. So moving and stretching in whatever way feels right for you in this moment. We're going to move to take tea together. And this week I have pine needle tea. So wherever you are in the world, there'll generally be pine that grows somewhere. This was up from near Black Salagu. So anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, antifungal. It's got lots of vitamin C in. Antiseptic. Good for circulation. I just don't think there's much it doesn't do. Control bread. Just going to let that seep for a few minutes. Time to warm the cups. So I'm going to open up the space for sharing, and for those of you who are practicing outside of the live space, an invitation to press pause and perhaps sit with a journal or notepad and discuss, reflect with yourself of your direct experience of the practice, or an invitation to just simply write a page, or brain dump, just putting down for a few minutes. And also perhaps an opportunity to think about if you are finding the time to do the home practices, and if so, what's coming up for you within that, and if not, what's the challenge of finding 10 minutes for yourself. And you're more than welcome to email me any feedback. I'm just going to press pause. So settling in to whatever position feels right for you right now. If you want to lie down, lie down. Taking a moment to arrive in your body. What sensations are here? What thoughts, what feelings, what emotions? What's going on? What's your internal weather report right now? It's feeling held and supported by the earth. Do you feel warm, cold, light, heavy? Are there textures, colours, shapes, shining the spotlight of awareness all around your body? Checking in on everything. The pleasant, the unpleasant, and the neutral. In general, there are far more neutral experiences within the body than the pleasant or unpleasant. They tend to go unnoticed. Being playful and curious and interested in what's going on right now in your body. And now narrowing your attention to your breath. Not changing the rhythm in any way, simply breathing in, breathing out. Does the air feel cool, warm? Are there any smells? Where does the breath disappear and reappear? Can you notice the breath in the back of your ribs as much as the front or the sides? Does your belly move? Simply breathing in and breathing out. And then expanding your awareness to include all of your body, your breath in your body. I'm going to close with a different poem called Grace by Alice Walker. Grace gives me a day too beautiful, I had thought, to stay indoors. And yet washing my dishes, straightening my shelves, finally throwing out the wilted onions, shrunken garlic cloves, I discover I'm happy to be inside, looking out. This, I think, is wealth. Just this choosing of how a beautiful day is spent. So taking a moment drop into your body, think about what you have to do next, what you need to do to take care of yourself before you move into what's left of your day. And congratulate yourself for having taken the time out of your busy day to be here with yourself. And as best you can, taking this sense of connection and awareness into whatever you have left to do with your day.